Is this working now? Okay, it seems like it. Fine. Good, good, good. Right. Get cracking. So. Should have updated, but okay, let's go. So, if you remember last time, I massively screwed up the. Oh, I can't access my settings. Last time I screwed up my the spine. It was all a little bit weird and broken. So I'm going to try and make that not broken. No, that's not entirely true. I fixed it. So now I'm going to carry on and actually make some actual progress this time. That head and neck and shoulder rotation was all a little bit weird, and I think that's looking a little bit better now. I'm also testing out this keyframe MP as well, which seems to be pretty good. So yeah, let's see. So with this, why is my channel box so massive? Get out of there. Right. So I want to focus on getting some actual like finger animation done on that screen right or left hand. I think that's going to help it get a long way to feeling done. And I had this for keying the right hand or screen left. So I'm going to quickly. Where the hell's my script? Oh, script is down here. Right, I'm going to do that. Can you do find and replace? Is there a find and replace feature? There is. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to search for underscore r underscore and replace that with. Oops. There we go. And if all is well, I should have all of the left. Oops. All of the left hand. Let's undo that. Yes, I do. Okay, good. Well done, me. Good old scripting and stuff. I say scripting, it's not scripting. It's just so I can do some very quick posing. So I should, yeah. Did I didn't. Oh, I just called that left hand. Why did I do that? Or right hand rather. Yeah, it's left. So at least call it the right name. That's always good when you call things the right name. So, hand poses. So what do I want to do here? So I need to make a lot more of that and do a similar flourish on this hand to make sure that it feels strong, and then a lot of like drag and overlap here. I think I want to keep this, like, whilst this one's closing, I'm gonna hold this one open for quite a while and kind of close it here on impact as it comes in. That's when I want it to close, and I'm not gonna do the like making a fist. I'm just gonna go in with a thump and just keep that open so that the fingers kind of drag back as it comes in, and then bang as it hits. That should be fairly straightforward to do. So let's see. I want to make sure that also, I kind of feel like maybe I should keep that hand back down as well. I'm in danger of, because when I first did it, it was super rough because I wasn't really wanting to deal with the contacts and stuff. So, I mean, that hand pose is okay. The silhouette could be a little bit clearer maybe, but I think that's probably okay. But here, this feels a little bit weak, like he's not actually. I have done a little bit on the fingers there, but like it feels weak because it just kind of comes up with everything else. It should probably stay a little bit more connected until he can't hold on to it anymore. So the rotation's okay, but it kind of comes. Geez, what the hell axis is that? Let's see. Yeah, there's not a lot happening. Oh, it's because it switches to switches from IK to FK over. Where does it go? Is that? That's where it switches. Fine. Yeah, let's fix this up first. Make sure I can actually see what I'm doing. Because I mean, in theory, yeah, there's a limit to how much I can do it before it starts to break. But I have to make sure that I don't screw up the silhouette. But it should feel, without locking like there, it should feel like it hits an extension. So I'll see if I can make that work. It's just so I'm gonna have to animate. Because there's no key here, so which is why it's translated like the in between is kind of weird. So I'm gonna have to animate on ones here. But I think the best thing to do is probably take the translation from this one and maybe the rotation from this one. So I'm gonna middle mouse drag and shift W. Is that right? Yes. To just keep the okay, that's not entirely what I wanted, but at least it still makes sense because the hand is rotating according to the in between, and then I can just fix up the position, and and then obviously adjust the rotation a little bit as necessary. Yeah, see, and then it can feel like it's actually still on there. But I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in weld because then you get. It feels like you just got to make sure it feels like it rotates around the right spot, which I'm not sure if it does. Oh, it's okay actually. And then it's about finding a nice middle ground in the rotation to make it look like it's doing what it's supposed to. It's, yeah, that's okay. Oh dear, I'm pulling everything apart, right? Yeah, that feels like it rotates around the center of the palm, so that's that's probably okay. Let's just see if how that looks in motion. Yeah, I mean it's super quick. It's one frame, so it's only somebody looking at it. To be honest, it could probably rotate less on that frame there. But that is going to involve having to then reposition it again, because it should probably be closer to the previous frame. It's going to be a little bit awkward. Yeah, so it just needs to move over a tiny bit this way. Maybe, no, I preferred it the other way actually. It was slightly less awkward pose. And it means it favors this pose, which is that's where the energy comes from, so it should be closer to this one than this one. That's fine. I think that's okay. Now I just need to. Do I need to do anything with the fingers there, or are they okay? Let's be critical. Let me just look at it on my other screen. I think that's okay. I just need to do something with the fingers on this frame. This frame? No, this frame. Could you move your bum, please? Right. Now expand the hand out, or expand the hand out. Yeah, maybe I want to make sure you can really see the individual, see the fingers. But just got to be careful because obviously on the subsequent frame, like why does it keep making my channel box so massive? Also, my face is in the way. Right, let's get rid of my face. I mean, as wonderful as my face is, it's not as important as the channel box. I just want to make sure you can kind of get a good sense of the fingers here. But I don't think it should be, I don't think they should be overextending just yet. So I might slightly exaggerate the finger grouping, but just be wary of give them some time to get into their overextension. This finger's okay, but this one needs. Maybe I'm changing my mind about that. I think that's okay. Just make sure I keep that. This pose needs sorting out. I'll be back in 1 second. Excuse me. I forgot I was gone anyway, but I'll be back. I'm back. Hello. Right, let me just. What was I doing? Oh, I'm putting a. Whatever. Right, gonna make this hand pose 24. Let's see if whether I need to do it actually on frame 23 or whether it's sufficient to do it on 24. It's not great. I don't know quite what pose I'm going for here. Making it up a little bit. I think I need to overextend these. May require some adjustment to the. May require some adjustments to the hand pose or the hand position to make it not look weird. It's cutting a very odd silhouette. I think this is going to have to rotate round. Let's try that for now. We'll see. Ooh, that's a little bit extreme. Probably. Do something like that. Just catch a little bit of that hand. There we go, that's a little bit more like it. A little suggestion of that. The tiniest suggestion of that finger. Let's just pull the thumb in a bit. You can't really see it, so it's that's okay. I mean, it looks hideous from there, but it looks okay in camera. Which is what we're after. And now that is gonna need fixing. Actually, that frame is not doing anything. Wonder whether I should do something like that. It gives you a sense of depth, like we're moving away from the wall. Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah, that works. Does it look like it's a bit too much? Do. I need to fix that elbow as well. It's a little bit. Sure. Oof, what's that? Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, cool. Okay, I like that. Oh dear, where am I? Oh, it's because I'm, you know, looking at the pole vector. Um, this could still be dragging a little bit more. Just see. Feels nice and squishy as he comes up through there. That's cool. Still be tracking this way a little bit more, I think. Yeah. A little bit more drag on there. That's cool. Yeah, quite like that. Yeah, that's cool. I like the way that that hand breaks at the top. Yeah. Could probably drag a little bit more there. Yeah, okay. That contact is okay, isn't it? Bam. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, let's get some finger animation on there then. Let's get some finger animation. Do, 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 do. Yeah, okay, cool. So let me actually save this as a proper file name now. Loud. Um, and let's have a little, just to make sure. Let's give it a little play blast. Just doing it on the other screen. Could overlap a little bit more, to be honest. Maybe. Oh, sorry, Ryan. Hello. I did not see that you had messaged. Um, I do apologise. I had another window open over the top, so I did not see you were here. Hopefully that wasn't. Oh, it was 5 minutes ago. Hello. Sorry, I do apologise. And hello, Sonny, as well. I was enjoying watching you look at your old bit of work that Christian had looked at the other day. Um, it is horrible to go back to stuff sometimes. But then I had to leave when the conversation about Stranger Things happened. I was like, I need to go and not be in here. So I am extremely fearful of spoilers. So so I think I would probably put a little bit more overlap on this hand. Be more bold, more bold. Maybe just not through here, but maybe actually just as the arm comes up. Could really roll this a lot. I think maybe that's something worth exploring. So let's go back to here-ish and turn this tracker off as well. Oops, like that. Nope, let's turn that off. Right. Okay, so the hand comes up. Like it kind of slows for a bit there, and then it speeds up, and I think that's probably where it can accentuate a little bit more. So maybe from here somewhere, I can just really pull this down and around. Now I need to make sure that I'm kind of going the right way. This might be too much. Fortune favours the bold, right? Might be a bit too much. Might just be a slightly weird angle there. Let's maybe might need another key in here just to help get it into position in a way that I actually can control. Let's see if this works. Pull this down. Yeah, let's be. Come on, let's live a little, right? Let's put that there. How much can I get away with there? Let's try that. Oh, it might be a bit floppy. Oh no, it's kind of okay. It feels like it's a little bit late or something. But it is nice. There is something about it that I like. It just feels like a little bit gets into here a little bit late. Like it needs to start a bit sooner. Wonder whether just yeah, it's because this goes back and forth. Let's try that. What is this music? It's like a Vita, but a weird jazz version. I don't want to listen to that. Let's go here. Ooh, that might work if I open up that hand. Ah, the happy little accidents you get when. Oh no. It's like up here somewhere. No, I think I prefer it the other way. It's not. I was about to say those happy little accidents you get when you just destroy keys, but that was less happy than I thought it was. Let's do that. See. Yeah, I think that might work. Yeah, it feels like it gives it a lot more like bang. It gives it feel like it's really hitting with. It kind of whips around and then comes into the smash, which I think will work for the what I want to do with the fingers. Because the fingers are going to close like right just before the impact. So if I can get a nice like sense of flicking on the hands on the fingers so that then it will flick and then come into the fist and smash down, that's going to look really good. Yeah, that's good. That feels powerful. I like that. Yeah, yeah, it's a nice roll. Yeah, like really whips down because it holds for a long time. I just need to make sure the fingers look good on that, and then that will be really great. Do. Yes. So let's get onto those fingers then. So we left the fingers here. I think it's okay that we don't see them there, really, because we get the suggestion. I think they can probably here. They can probably still be like overextended. So let's do that. Let's just quickly rough that in. Can I get it so that probably not get that to be seen a little bit? I mean, the thing is, like in theory, he's come from here, so the hand should be a bit further down. But I wanted to give that depth and sense of him coming away from the wall. But I might. This could be ridiculous, but could kind of bend these down a little bit. So that it feels like they're at least dragging behind the hand a tiny bit. Just take a little bit off this one. Yeah, let's take a little bit off this one. Space this out a tiny bit. Space this out a tiny bit. Space this out a tiny bit. I think that will work quite nicely. then we'll get a bit of a snap and change of direction when the hand kind of, where's camera, extend out this way, and then as it comes up, it'll snap into a like nice tight pose for the follow through. Over that follow through, just make up some terms. That's all right. Bothering to tidy that up. It's not necessary. I'm a stickler for neatness, which is actually, you know what, not that useful for a bit of a curse, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just move this key forward. It's gonna probably compress up into here quite a lot. Let's like here at 28, I'm gonna leave that for the moment and just make sure that this key is okay, and then go back and just check it carries across in an okay way. So let's just pop that. Sorry, I'm just doing a bit of save as well because I haven't saved in a little while. So just need to make sure that you feel that flex in the fingers. So it goes from there. I mean, I'll probably need at least 1 or 2 more keys in before this one, but as I say, we'll see if it needs it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can let the in-betweens do your work for you. It's not a need to animate every control on every single frame. Let's make sure that really feels like it's dragging. It's going to be difficult to do because the angle's a little bit weird, but as long as you can see it in the, as long as you can see roughly what's happening in the silhouette, then probably okay. But it might be a little bit tight because of the rotation on the hand. That's okay. I think let's pull this finger. No, okay. Just pull this in a little bit just so you get the sense of all the fingers being there. Well, apart from the little one, which I'm going to see in this instance, but just want to get some of that texture in the hand pose. Oh no, we might be able to get the little finger in there. Come on, we can do it. Let's take this slightly odd control and yeah, there we go. Just a tiny suggestion of the little finger just hiding away at the back there. That's what you want. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, I like that. That's okay. Ooh. See, that's good, but I think this still needs to be. I think I need to. I don't actually like this key anymore. So we'll save and then we'll just delete this one and see what happens. Oh shit, helps if I select the whole hand. Ooh, might be okay. Comes in a little bit late. Still a little bit late. Let's put it. Oh, come on, right. Work with me here. Well, that might work. Let's just have a look at that up close. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's just want to get a quick play blast of that, just to let's make sure I actually save it, and then I can just open the same file each time. I do still have Keyframe Pro open, so let's. Okay. Maybe a little bit late. Is it a little bit late? Oh. Oh, so you live in Newcastle? That's cool. And what is it that you do? Like your your username says 93, which suggests if you were born in 93 that you're. I mean, basically everybody who was born post 1990 is still at school, probably like some kind of small child. You live in Gateshead, okay, cool. Should be in Gateshead tomorrow. I think that frame 28 could, or 27 could do with some nicer posing. And that, yeah, I need to get up into that. Oh, you're an animation student. Are you at Teesside? Ah, nice, cool. Yeah, I went to Animex this year. That was the first time. That was really good fun. So I would like to go again next year. Is that not quite a is that not quite a trek to get to Teesside? You don't commute every day, do you? It's a good hour by car, right? Whoop, paying attention. You may well have done. You may even have spoken to me, although I don't remember. I don't remember speaking to you. I must admit. Um, no, I was there with Christian and a couple of other guys. It was really good fun. There were some really good talks. Um, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to put some. Definitely gonna need to put some. This one's okay. I don't know. I need to fix this frame first. Oh, it's 45 minutes. That's not too bad. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. It's understandable. So expensive to be a student these days, right? So, I mean, it's always been expensive to be a student. Well, unless you were pre fees, which, just for the record, I was not. I'm not that old. I mean, I am old, but I'm not that old. So how was your final year going? I suppose you only just started, right? I don't know much. I don't know too much about the I don't know too much about the course at Teesside. Although I know there's one of the guys on our team used to go. Is it any good? Ah, yes, I was there with Christian, but obviously being slightly more famous than me, he was mobbed more than I, which, to be fair, is okay. Just gonna pull this finger out a tiny bit and just see if. Yeah, it was definitely worth. It was definitely worth because a couple of the guys came for both days, but um, went back to Newcastle in between. But Christian and I stayed over, and actually, it was really nice to go to the kind of networking thing and chat to some people. It was yeah, it was definitely nice to kind of stay over and get to mingle a bit. It's quite difficult when if you're just trying to do it during the sessions. Like it's difficult to get to talk to people. I mean, obviously, it's difficult for students to. It's a bit scary to come up and talk to random strangers at the best of times. Hello, Addy. Unfortunately, it's been a very long time since I did any Russian. So it's oh, first person animations for a game project. That's cool. Yeah, they're really difficult. It's a challenging discipline. I haven't done too much, to be honest. But I am obviously I was working on GTA when we did the on GTA 5 when we did the first person mode, and so whilst strictly speaking, oh no, I mean I did do some of the first person animations for the guns, but basically the reason why we could do first person for the guns at all is because I was so anal about doing the third person animations. Um, but, otherwise, it would not have happened. Um, that's my little contribution to the game that was GTA 5. Spending bloody ages animating the guns. But yeah, it's difficult to it's difficult to make the guns feel good and work well. Um, I would recommend watching. Oh well, I suppose you would have seen Matt Boehm's talk at Animex, of course, because he talked about doing the first person anims. Um, so fascinating process. But yeah, trying to ensure that the silhouette stays clear, and also you're not kind of getting in the way of the player's view downrange is always a big thing. Um, just gonna do with these fingers here. Let's work with what I've got. I think we can. Yeah, it's a good talk. It's a really good talk. Um, it's interesting. Did you set yourself that project, or is that just one of the projects you could choose for for the game's animation bit, or are you just working as part of a team for first person anims, or working as part of a team for a game project? Too extreme this one. Artists and designers. Okay, that's cool. And have they set you a games project, or is it kind of like you have to do a group project and you just kind of decide together what you wanna work on, or is it a specific like game module? I think this one is not quite got enough. Let's try that. Okay, well that's cool. Just gonna really fix these up. So, you're working in Unreal then, or Unity, or I don't know what you guys use. I'm gonna guess Unreal, but arguably they've got so many blueprints and stuff. You could probably, I mean, you can get some kind of first-person shooter working within about 10 seconds. Okay, Unity, cool. Yeah, it's good for small. It's good for small teams. A little bit less practical when you get to bigger into bigger teams, but definitely well, it's free, which is always nice, and it's uh, it's pretty good. I don't know why people give Unity a hard time. My experience of it has been pretty good, to be honest. Um, know whether this hand pose is going to work, but whatever, we'll try it. That's fair enough. I mean, if you're doing animations, then you know it's fine. It's pretty straightforward as far as animations go. Um, so if the I suppose if the coders and the designers want to work in Unity because that's what they've got experience in, then so be it. Makes sense. I wonder whether I should go with a fist by this point. We're in a fist here, so maybe maybe it's just worth copying that. And, oops, just grab everything. That pose might be a bit too extreme. Might be a bit too open. Oh, oh goodness! I hope that didn't come down the mic. So. Just extend some of these out a little bit. Oops, not the ones I wanted. There we go. Let's grab the right controls. And are you allowed to say what sort of first-person shooter you're looking to make? Like, is it realistic, cartoony? What? Is there a premise behind the game other than shoot stuff? See, this kind of screws up my... See, if I'm going to straighten those fingers out, then I need to pop a little bit more rotation back into the... so that I can follow this line, because otherwise there it's kind of like it's maybe breaking the silhouette a little bit. I feel like that should probably be sort of there-ish maybe. Yeah, let's just drag that a little bit more just to compensate. Seems like a good idea. Sounds cool, man. if you want to ask any questions about animation, or if you want to show anything, then I might be able to take a look. Now, what is going on with this hand? Holy shit! Can I just do this? Can I just do that? Wonder whether... Oh, okay. Finger gun. Interesting. So you're going to be doing first person hand, like actual when you say hand animations, you mean actual hands. That'll be cool. I think would you do that? Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting challenge. Like um, yeah, very interesting. I wonder how would one do that? Yes. Well, the one of the interesting things is obviously if you're using a hand, then you're gonna have a reload. And how would that work? Would you just mime it and do the old, pretend to press the mag release and do that, or no reload? In which case you just need an idle and a shoot, and maybe depending on how fast you're allowed to shoot, a kind of repeating one. And I guess you want a little bit of randomizedness, like randomness to it as well, so it doesn't always look the same each time. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay. I'll trust that. Well, then then it's fairly straightforward, I guess. You do like an idle, you do your idle animation, shooting animation. Depending on how fast the shooting is, you could have some like variation loops so that it kind of moves around a bit and you get a little bit of life. And then I guess you could have some. You could, if you want. I mean, time as you mentioned, time constraints. You could do some kind of cool, like if his finger overheats or something, you'd be like, then some kind of cool down animation or something that could be kind of cool. Cool. Um, right, I need to play blast this because I'm not sure if this is actually working, and could be very dangerous. Yes, things getting cut due to time constraints. That's the real world games experience, games dev experience that you want. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I like that. It's yeah, it's pretty fast. So actually, it's not too much of a not as big an issue as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I get rid of that frame though. No, no, I'm not going to do that. Right, just check the curves to see that they are they're curving in at the right speed. But otherwise, I quite like that. I wonder whether I should pull that thumb in a little bit, or whether it might make the silhouette look really weird. Because this pose is okay. This one, 57 or 56 according to my time. I wonder whether the fingers could be a little bit close, a little bit closer. Why not 56? Let's just pull these in a little bit, just so the silhouettes are put a little bit of rotation on, just so you get that slight sense of a curve to the slight curve. So they feel like they're following the line of action. Possibly here as well. Let's just pull this in a little bit. Pull this in a little bit. Pull this in a little bit. Let's try that. So yeah, I think I need to just make sure the in-betweens here that is a little bit too extreme. But it does need to close. It's closing here, so maybe actually I can just try getting rid of this frame. Bold. Let's go here and then delete. Do that. I can see it. Yeah. Just need to fix that little finger, I think, and then. Yeah, I think that's right. We just need to fix this frame now. Yeah, sure. Let's take have a quick look. I might not be able to invest too much time in it this evening because I should probably go soon. But yeah, you can take a look. I can't guarantee that my advice will be useful. Bloody hell, 14 meg GIF. Right, yeah. Do you mind them being seen on stream? I wish I had some decent annotation software on my. I suppose I could always load it into Photoshop if I needed to. Okay, cool. You don't mind it being seen by the public. I mean, I say the public. I think you might be the only person here, so it might just be a private review. Yes, you are the only person here I can see, so you're lucky. Well, you're lucky. You can spread it around that if you come and watch my streams, you can get free work reviews. And all you have to do is actually listen to me jabber on a little bit, and I don't know whether this pose is nice or not. That's pretty hideous. Right. When we come back, frame 50, frame 57. Right, let's just let's pop that on here. Three animations, right? Oh, that looks pretty cool, man. I really like the I love the overlap on that thumb. That's really nice. I think, yeah, there's something slightly. The only things I'd say really, like it's a good it's nice action, and I like that you've animated everything. Like everything has a little bit of movement to it, which is cool. It is a great pew pew. Hello, FA. I think my main thing is like possibly like these two bottom fingers. I think the the shape that they make is not. It's not. It could be a slightly stronger shape maybe. The only other thing, I mean, I don't know how whether you're in charge of modelling or whether somebody else is, but like here, this feels very. I wish I could pause this. Can I pause? No, I can't pause this. The it feels very flat, like on the palm of your hand here. Like there's a lot of padding on this bit. That's that's part of your animalistic. Like I don't know whether I can actually camera aim this. Let's see if we can. When you're here somewhere, like like there's a lot of pad there, and the hand just in general feels a little bit thin. But that's less about the animation. That's more just the model looks the hand looks a little bit weak. But no, overall I think that's pretty cool. I think I'm trying to think. Like I wonder. Like it's a nice touch that it feels like the hand moves across the top of the other hand. I don't know whether you need that or whether that's something you, because obviously normally if you're shooting a real gun, obviously you lock those in quite tight. Um, yeah, I mean if you can, I don't know what methodology you've used for kind of putting your scenes together, but if you've referenced it in, if you can get the character modeler to just plump up that the bottom part of the palm, that would be really good. Um, yeah, it is cool. Like it is cool that there's like it feels like there's a little bit of separation between the two. Um, I can't tell if it's like one or maybe 2 frames difference. But yeah, that's cool. That's hello, Katoon. So I assume this one is the walk animation. It feels I don't know if you've got an extra frame in there, maybe the way you captured it or something, but oh, that's the jump. Okay, fine. In which case I'd really that feels a little bit more like a walk. Um, okay. I think you could really over exaggerate that quite a lot more. Like you maybe look at I mean Overwatch is a good example, but uh, look at some animations from Destiny, because they really you really feel when you jump, like you want a lot of you want to get a lot of hang time, and like you've got the basics there, but I think you could exaggerate it quite a lot more. So as you jump, like obviously if you're actually jumping, and I'm not actually going to jump because that would be ridiculous, but as you go down, like like the arms are at the end of the arms are at the end of the chain. You've got your whole arm bone chain here. So like, if you jump, you want that to really drag and come up and come down afterwards. So you want to get that sense of the landing. So like, really try and make it kind of go and really push that hang time, and accentuate the down, so like the arms are getting left behind as the body's jumping up, and then they're catching up, and then coming into settle afterwards. The settle feels quite nice, but it's just you want a lot more. You want to get that sense of down, and then a lot more hang time coming in, and that's good. And it'll allow you to do something quite interesting with the fingers as well. Like you'll be able to like have them kind of drag up and settle in like you've got it now. Like you'll be able to do something cool like that. Yeah, but it's yeah, yeah, that could be really nice. You can get a little bit of twist in there, and it really indicates to the player again that you're not in a position to kind of shoot at that moment. I mean, you probably can shoot, but it's yeah, that could be pretty cool. Okay, so this last one, what you want to tell me about it? I mean, I'm assuming it's the walk animation as opposed to the idle, but you you tell me, and I'll Yeah, walk is difficult. So the the thing I'd look at for walking at the moment. Oh, sorry, I've got a lot of music going on in my ear, and I'm just gonna turn that down so I can think about the words that I want to use. It's a good start. Like it's really cool. So like it feels like there's there's movement. Um, Again, I'd accentuate the up and down, but like I think the 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 weirdest thing is that it's more there's quite a bit of back and forwards, but not a lot of side to side. I feel like actually, when you move forward, you're not going to get that much back and forth. Like your arms aren't really going to extend and retract from the body. Like you keep that quite tight. But obviously, as you're moving forward, you're as you move from left leg to right leg, you get that change of change of weight, and so rather than I mean you can keep some of that forward and backward motion. I'd probably just tone that down a little bit more and then focus on trying to get a nice little bit of sorry, my screen's gone back. Try and focus on getting a little bit of side motion, and like it is really difficult because it's a really subtle animation, so it's quite difficult. But one thing that can be good is to put a locator on the end of the fingers and just kind of track their path, and get like get like a little figure of eight or a little kind of little arc up and down. That could be quite nice. It's yeah, like there's a little bit too much back and forth. It feels good, like he's in motion. Like you get the sense that there is, but it just needs to be a little less back and forward and a little bit more left and right. And so if you combine that with the up and down that you've got, if you time that right, you'll probably end up with a little figure of eight. As I say, put a little node on the end of locator on the end of one of his fingers, and turn on motion tracking, and just watch what pattern you get. Because at the moment you'll have like a really tiny arc that kind of has a lot of foreshortening, and it'll look a bit weird. Yeah, you want to try and get like a little figure of eight or something, and again, watching Matt Boehm's video, like, I mean, they use springs and all sorts of fancy shit, but you want to just try and carve out a nice little shape, and yeah, that could look really good. But I mean, it's a great start. So I mean, I don't have a ton of notes, to be honest. Wonder whether you could. I don't know whether I don't suppose you've got the ability to stretch bones or anything fancy like that. One of the things I did do for GTA is like the frame before. So basically, on frame, I don't know how you're blending into your other animations, or whether you're blending at all. But I think the first frame of all of the gun animations, or all the shooting animations, the weapon goes. Let me get one. That's the other way. It's easier. So my Hoover and shit. the first frame was like really far forward, so on the second frame, I really accentuated how far back the gun seemed like it was going. So like even though he was holding it, you know, they'd be holding a weapon here. On the first shot of the animation, I kind of basically like did that, and then you get so much more contrast when the recoil kicks in, and you don't see that forward frame normally if you're blending it properly, but you just feel it. So you get that much more motion than just that motion. You get that motion, and it just feels a lot more powerful. So that's something you might be able to do. You might just be able to cheat it and like actually have frame one be actually a bit further away than the idle pose, and then it's kind of like a retroactive anticipation. It can be quite effective. It kind of depends how you're implementing the animations into the game engine, but it's something to. Yeah, I think there's definitely room to push it. Yeah, like you really want to try and extend as much like the distance that you get out of from the start pose to the end pose. So it's a shame I can't like scrub through it frame by frame, but yeah, really like frame one, just push it as far as you can, and then you'll feel like you get a lot of kickback. Yeah, that could be really cool. So yeah, accentuate that a bit. Maybe have a look at seeing if you can make a slightly nicer shape with those two bottom fingers. I definitely would try and get this palm padded out a bit, because it makes the hand look very kind of thin. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can look at it on Sync Sketch. And then yeah, but yeah, definitely like look at do some tracking. I thought I already had a sketch. I thought I already had a sketch Sync Sketch account. But... yeah, okay. Oh yeah, so you are doing it. Okay. I wonder whether you actually need this frame one. You might be able to get away with just killing that off entirely, and just having this as your start frame, but push it even, push it even further. Oh god, you're gonna have to witness my absolutely shocking drawing. Like, yeah, just like push it. I mean, maybe not moving it so far over this way, but pushing it further into the screen, and then, but like coming all the way back here is good. Now it feels a bit like. It's like this, yeah, you definitely need to get some. You definitely need to get some more hand here, but because this just is not a good. This is not a great shape here. Like this is not working. But I would more bulge, always more bulge. I would argue that here it feels like this hand has come away from this one a little bit too much. I'm trying to think also whether you want to go because you've got the kickback there, but then the gun comes up afterwards. And I wonder whether maybe you want to kind of skip that frame and go straight to like something up here. That might be an insane suggestion. I'm not sure if I would agree with. I'm not sure if I'd agree with me. Let's just watch that again. You might be able to come back a little bit further. Like there's some nice overlap on the. I like the way the motion, like it comes back and it's starting to come forward again as it, because it gives you a sense of like of overlap. Um, hit this down a little bit harder. Like this settle could just a fraction more. No, I didn't. I was doing GTA DLC. Like because it's a nice feel, but it could just sink a little bit lower in frame, just to show that you're kind of getting back in. Yeah, definitely like um, if this is your idle point, like this gap here, that is not appealing. You want to try and tuck this finger in a little bit more. Um, I mean, I don't know whether you can kind of make this a straighter edge. If you can, then good. But like, I like the fact that you've got some animation on those, but this is not. That is not terribly appealing. Like that feels like the little finger. It feels like that's kind of rotated down a bit. You just want to kind of tuck that in a bit more. Um, but, um, but otherwise, man, it's pretty cool. I think I like the little overlap on the thumb. You could probably push that. No, I think it's okay. You might be able to extend it like might be able to like as this hand's pulling up, you might be able to kind of just very slightly like bend it down a little bit more and have it kind of drag a little bit through here. Then then as the hand comes down, you just slightly pull it the other way. Very slightly, like super subtle. I mean, my draftsmanship is not good, but then settle back in because it's quite a little. It's a little move, so I don't go crazy there, but yeah, I could. Yeah, yeah, like if it's not too much trouble, adjust that. Yeah, adjust that idle pose and hello again, hyper. Um, and I think that's the main thing, to be honest, and that's kind of across all of the animations. Like, I'm well, thank you. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer, but I'm well. So yeah, like adjust that starting pose and kind of make sure you copy that across everything. And yeah, hopefully you wrote down those notes as I read them out to you. If not, I'll quickly go over again. So accentuate that more. Test getting rid of frame 1. Just see if you can get rid of this frame and actually just start from the fully extended one and see how that looks in game. I mean, ultimately it comes down to how it's utilized in game. And then maybe add a tiny bit more overlap on that thumb. The jump I talked about, like really accentuate the down and then the hang time. So like the body's jumping up, the hands are dragging behind, and then lots of hang time. I mean, not as much as that obviously, but okay, good. You're taking notes, right? Yeah, Flippy, like you've done your thing before, and like I entertained it for the first time, and we don't really need to go over it again. So, yeah, no worries, man. So yeah, the jump, yeah, like lots of nice hang time. Really exaggerate the up and the down, so it really feels like there's power behind the jump. But you've got the right ideas about overlap and stuff. This is good. And then yeah, and then for the walk, it's like less forward and back and more left and right. And I think it's looking pretty good. I'll be interested to see a little bit more. There you go. That's the first time I've done a live off the cuff feedback session. I think I will probably call it there because I have stuff to do tomorrow. But before I do, I'm going to just double check the last thing that I was doing. Frame 57 rings a bell. That one's okay. There's a weird. Yeah, that's not a great pose, but I might just quickly. Because I think I had a key on there. Yes, I did. I'm just gonna very roughly just grab all of these and just see what happens if I just do this a little bit. Yeah, I'll be heading off very shortly. And then, but I might stream some more tomorrow. So tell your friends. That's nice and that's really fast. So that's good. Well done. I mean, I'm not a very fast animator, as we are bearing witness to right now, but. Why this top bit looks so weird? Where's that got a weird little lump? It does close very fast. It's a little bit more sense of kind of curling up over time. I think That's okay. We just give a sense that it's starting to close up. Yeah, that's better. It's less. To be honest, I can probably. Open this out a tiny bit as well. Thanks, K-Team. Yeah, I may well be streaming tomorrow. So if you see me, feel free to stop in. I think this hand pose here feels a little bit too open on. But if I don't know if I can get over the this rotation might. No. Don't like it. Don't like it. Undo. Should I show a little bit of thumb there? It might be interesting, or it might just look really shit. Where are you? Saucy bit of thumb. I don't know whether I can actually make that work. Might be mental to do this, I don't know. In which case, since I rotate the hand round, I probably need to get a little bit of. Might have to cheat with this one. Oh no, that's starting to look a little bit weird. No. Let's get rid of that fourth. Let's get rid of that forefinger because that does not work. Just hide that. Hide that again. Don't need to see that. Yes, okay. It's okay. It's not egregious. Just maybe tuck it up a little bit. I want to hide it a little bit more, don't I? Open his hand in air and almost closed as foot hits the ground. Yeah, although I wanted to provide a little bit of contrast between the hands, because like this one kind of curls up as he's coming in, and this one I kind of wanted to like lag behind and have it kind of just to provide a little bit of contrast, to be honest, so that it's not, both hands aren't doing exactly the same thing at the same time. And I think like I mean, it could be more closed there, I suppose, but oh dear, don't want to do that. So just deselect the thumb as well. Just wanted to get a sense of the fingers, even if it is getting close to being a bit more closed. Something like that. That's okay. Thanks for your input. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Yeah, cool. Okay, right. Well, I'm pretty pleased with that. I think I'm not sure about this frame. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Ben. I am pretty pleased with how it's going. And I've actually made some progress today, which is better than last time, where I made zero progress. I actually went backwards last time because I did such a bad job. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a lot. Right, so I'm going to play Blast this one last time, and then which is happening on the other screen, and then I'm going to go to bed. I should have probably killed this first, I guess. I don't know how. Let's just do that one more time. Oh, it's now showing it on the correct screen. Yeah, thanks, man. Take it easy. I will, if you don't have to subscribe, but you can follow. I mean, you can subscribe if you want, but you can follow and get notifications when I'm going again. But I'll probably do some tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with that, and I just need to do the other half of the animation now. The other 2/3. I do wonder whether that hand is kind of closing up a little too early. Like maybe a few frames. Yeah, so when it closes up here at sort of 34, 35, 36, feels a little bit too early. So let's just, yeah, 34. 31. So let's just try stretching that out a bit. I think this is the key. Too late. Yeah, that feels good. Then the hand starts to close as the as his arm slows down in air, like his fingers kind of catch up. Yeah, that's nice. Right. Okay, that's a good time to stop. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Follow if you want to know when I'm doing some more, which, as I say, should be tomorrow. But thank you for taking part, Ryan. I hope that it was some useful little bit of feedback. I'm looking forward to see some more. If you want to show me, that's happily take a look. And good night. Bye bye.